hey, if you want to make a lot of money, do good work. If you want to make lots and lots of more money than anybody else, give people a really good work. Give people a really good work. What I do for the mechanics is that when I come out for a semi-tire, for like 10 years, I just went over there and changed the tire. It sounded really normal. But I decided now to go make myself a whole bunch of money by giving people really good work. Big difference in the two of them, okay? So, for example, if you call me for a flat tire, you're going to end up spending like $1,600. Because what's going to happen is I ain't going to just change your tire, okay? When I get out there, you see, I'm going to give you an anti-skid indicator for $22. And then I'm going to give you 5 lug nut locks for $45. And then I'm going to give you a heat indicator for your wheel hub for $10. And then I'm going to clean your hub. I'm going to clean your wheel studs and lightly lubricate the contact areas for another $27. I'm going to install 2 black 10-hole rim guards onto your hub so that your wheels don't seize for another $43. I'm going to balance your tire for $31. Of course, I'll change your valve stem. There's another $6. And I'm going to give you 2 self-centering lug nuts for $41. And probably if your lug nuts are not really in the greatest of shape, I'll just replace the other 8 lug nuts as well for another $45. So that right there is $300. Every single job. But you know what? You got to ask yourself, is a hub heat indicator, is it a scam? No, it's an important tool. I mean, oh, there's some right there. Look. See? These are all important things. I mean, if your studs are dirty, they need to be cleaned. You want to put locking lug nut connectors on the lugs so your lugs stay tight. I mean, how many times have we seen lug nuts falling off? It happens. It's never a good thing, and it's not going to happen to you after I'm through, because I'll torque your wheels to 550 foot-pounds and I'll install the locks. And also, like I said, it's never a good thing when your hub explodes. That's what the hub indicator can let somebody know ahead of time if you have an overheated wheel before you actually destroy your spindle. How many times have you had a mechanic have to deal with seized up wheels? Nobody wants to deal with seized up wheels. That's why you put the lock, the rim guards, and you clean the corrosion from the connection points of the hub pilot. I mean, how many times have you scraped out your tires because your drum locked up? Nobody likes that when it happens. You want to prevent these things. Now there is the element of education involved in these sales, because when you do that installation, you need to educate the driver on what you've done so that he can utilize the tools that you've given him. Okay, the yellow strip lets the driver know that you have a locked up tire. I have had that happen to me. It won't happen to me unbeknownst. You don't want to scrape out your tires. You don't want to overheat your hubs. You don't want your wheels to seize. You don't want your studs to strip out. You don't want your lugs to get loose. You don't want shortened tire life by an imbalanced tire. These are all things. These are all inventions designed for the benefit of the end user. That's why that's why they exist. That's why I got a big bag of them right there. It's quality work. It's you like to nitpick, but what are you going to tell your friends when you leave from my place? Oh, that guy, the work was wonderful. I mean, it's like a dirt bike. I paid $9,500 for my dirt bike, and then I paid $5,600 for another dirt bike. What do I say? Well, damn, the $9,500 dirt bike is perfect. It's excellent. It lacks nothing. It's incredible. What do I say about the $5,600 dirt bike? Well, it's saggy. Handlebars suck. It's just things you can say. You get what you pay for. You know what? The fact is, my work is going to be examined by anybody, and it'll be said, wow, that's good quality. That's nice. That's really nice stuff. I mean, do you want to buy a shitty car or a good car?